So his name is Oz D. Phenom. He gave us one of the greatest compliments by watching all of our videos in a short amount of days, which is crazy. He also says it should be longer.
That's what she said.
He wants us to give an opinion on it. Yo, why you gotta be so immature, bro? I'm telling your girl, bro.
Yes, dude.
All right. He says, basically, it's about the Ope Ope fruit. He says, I believe the Ope Ope fruit had the immortality surgery was a mistranslation. It was actually the perennial youth surgery. Just makes the user sacrifice his existing life energy to whoever they choose to save, which is why the Celestial would make the slave eat and sacrifice themselves over and over. My theory, it was lost sometime when Fisher Tiger did his thing and many slaves escaped. What do you think? Whoever can go first, you can go first. Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to do like the timeline because when Fisher Tiger did what he did, that was what, like 20 years ago or so?
I don't know. When did Fisher? I mean, it was whenever.
Because Law's thing is like 13 years ago. So like the fruit, yeah. So it lines up as far as the fruit being lost for like X amount of years. As far as slaves, so he's saying they would give it to slaves and have them use it on them, withdrawing whatever life energy that they had remaining to give basically the number of years they had left onto this person, and then have another slave eat it and do. I mean, that's deep. That's kind of crazy. I like it. What I don't like about it is I can't see them having a fruit that valuable and ever giving it to somebody that could go like, say you give it to the wrong slave, you know what I mean, and that slave just goes apeshit, and it's like, yo, like, nah, it's too strong a fruit, like it's too much, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only. I like the thought process, and I like that they would use it that way. Yeah. But like, you can't risk it with the Ope Ope to me, bro. It's too many things it could do. Yeah. It's too much. It's too much.
What about you, Law? What do you think?
I'm trying to compare it to what Doflamingo said when he was talking about it.
What did he say?
All right, because he was talking about how the secret of the fruit and the purpose of it and everything, and how he was saying, was why he didn't want Law to eat it. He wanted someone else to eat it, right?
Virgo.
Yeah, Virgo. He wanted Virgo to eat it.
He didn't say that, but I assume it was Virgo. Virgo's the only one who didn't have a devil fruit. My bad.
Yeah. So we all concluded, I guess, it would be Virgo, his most trusted advisor or whatever. And I was thinking, why did Doflamingo say it was like it would give someone eternal life? You know, like switching their life for that person. You know, like, why did he say that? And also too, was there any proof that the Celestial Dragons had this before? You know, because the way they probably heard about it, like, because apparently, like, Blackbeard's able to find out about these roots. I don't know. There's a book on these abilities, like where they get this information from. Like maybe someone's seeing someone with it and recording like what they're doing. I don't know, but like they have at least there's somewhat of a record of the fruits. You know, so I'm trying to think matching up to like that theory to make it make sense with Doflamingo. We know what Doflamingo said, right? Because the special said just giving it to slave after slave. Because that means. If they're giving up their life, that means once the person dies, the fruit is gone. Yeah. So how are you able to get it again to recreate that process of giving your life to someone else? You know? Yeah. So pretty much, I'm trying to like wrap my head around that. But giving it to someone else, it would make sense. For example, like I don't want to play the card again, but Eam. What if he was the first person to have it? Why he's still alive? Because also too, even though he was silhouetted, he kind of looked the youngest out of all the girls.
Come on, bro. He was all black. What are you talking about? You ain't seen one wrinkle.
I know.
You don't know his skin color. Come on, bro.
He's black. No,
it's funny that the theory itself is reminiscent of my erection plan theory with Bonnie. I told you this.
Blue Chew?
You got to change the name.
Listen, bro. All right. So put it this way. It's an interesting theory. It does add something more to the story. And it makes them more evil than we actually think, which is always better. But this is what I always say. When these devil fruits are considered super valuable or super important, and people make it seem like they're like the government is having these fruits on watch, I always say, okay, so why wouldn't they use one of their strongest people in order to guard this fruit to bring it back? Because they know that people are going to eat this fruit. You need somebody trustworthy.
What you mean? Who's not enough?
No, absolutely not. Lucci wasn't enough. Like, these guys aren't enough. And I get you're going to spread yourself out thin if you try to search for this fruit no matter what. But since these fruits do pop up randomly, you're not always going to find the person who ate it because they could be hiding their ability. Or it might just go to like Doflamingo and he just has it because it appeared in a bowl that he was about to eat fruits with. So it's like, we don't know.
You know what's interesting? I just thought
like
about
if the government has to make more of these fruits important, like the Gomu Gomu no Mi has to be more important than what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? There should have been somebody high ranked on that ship that we would have known of, but there wasn't.
So you're saying they should just give the admirals these devil fruits and just like put it in your pocket and
listen, man,
because you ain't gonna lose.
Listen,
nobody's testing
put it
you.
this way. So put it this way: if Joy Boy had the Gomi Gomi no Mi and we knew what he did, then he's important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the Ope Ope no Mi, Im knows about it and knows what it can do because it did it for him, he would put more importance on it. But they don't. So we can't consider these fruits important. They're just randomized fruits. But my bad for cutting you off. Go.
No. You're finishing your point, and that's a good point too, because you think about the world government's always. We talked about before. They're always trying to harness power. They're always trying to gain power because they're trying to stay on top of the world. They're trying to control the world, and like you said, like you talk about walking nukes because their ability, like people, they have such power. The fruits are kind of the essence of giving part of that power to these walking powerhouses, right? So hoarding all the abilities would be smart because then you could have your scientists like Vegapunk break them down and select them, like how he's able to somehow make a copy of Kaido's fruit. You could multiply multiple fruits and then give them to your capable or trusted Marine officers or world government officials, you know?
That too.
You're,
Like if
you're
Vegapunk
like
just
big brain thinking now.
yeah, like if Vegapunk just automatically just started copying the Ope Ope fruit, but we know he's not going to do that.
Yeah.
Just because we already assumed like he considered the perfect replica a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was bringing up is, but it's interesting that we have one person in the show that where a fruit like that was used and died, but he's able to find two. Doflamingo, he's able to find the Ope Ope fruit and the flame fruit.
Well, that comes with being Joker, like being the most powerful man in the underworld. If information is out there,
Like
I'm gonna get
Sebastian says, mini Yonko.
it. But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Peekum said it. Like knowledge is power, information is power. So Doflamingo being who he is, like, oh, the Ope Ope name came up. Like I'm going to hear about it before anybody because I'm Joker. I am the most influential broker in the world, and people probably know this is what I'm looking for. So like when it comes up, I'm the first person they hit up because they know I'll either pay for
They're
it.
like, you're
Yeah, it's like, I'm hitting Doflamingo up. I know Ope Ope here. What? It's on.
Well, did he have that
And-
already? Because the
I don't
flame
know if he
already-
had it yet, but he was building his empire then.
Yeah.
He was building something. He was coming up in the world. Suru was still chasing him. And then with the Mara no Mi, that could be as simple as them dudes was just having a dinner after Marineford. It was like,
Trouble was like, what the fuck?
you know what I mean? Like,
Are you eating that?
I don't know how he got the Mara no Mi. It could be the same thing, where like Virgo found it and gave it to him.
Because the reason I was looking at it too, because like what you said, what if because he was a celestial dragon, he knows the tricks of how to find these fruits.
See, then
Listen.
hold on, because that gets too ridiculous. Because now you're saying like there's a devil fruit
Radar.
like
a sketch.
like a Dragon Ball
radar.
radar. Like you could just find these devil fruits because they have a certain like vibration.
Yo,
I don't
Blackbeard
know.
gonna be like, they had that the whole time.
And I was waiting 20 years. Jesus. All right, so let me ask
That's a
you
good
this,
theory, though.
Lawrence.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good theory. Shout out to Oz, man.